So it's that time of year, and we're getting towards the end of 2025. I feel like it honestly flew by, but the Game Awards dropped their Game of the Year nomination. Actually, all of the nominees for this year's Game of the Year awards the other day. And of course, we talk about this, but we all know the real award ceremony will be coming out at the beginning of next year. Very beginning of next year will be the Homies, of 2025 Homies. So stay tuned for that. We've yet to drop our nominations because there's a whole process. There's a lot of deliberation. But I digress. And we actually, before the VGAs even happened, a record has already been set.
Oh, really?
Expedition 33 has racked up more nominations than any game in the history of the awards.
More than Baldur's Gate 3.
More than Baldur's Gate 3. And actually, Baldur's Gate 3 did not have the record. Unfortunately, Last of Us Part 2 had the record.
Oh, you got to be shitting me.
With 11 nominations.
I guess nothing else came out that year, huh?
Right. So, E33 has 3 Best Performance nominees, which has also not happened. They have Ben Starr as Verso, Charlie Cox as Gustav. Spoilers. Jennifer English as Mayel, of course. I would have fucking rioted if that wasn't on there. Best Art Direction, Best Score and Music, Best Audio Design, Best Narrative, Best Independent Game, Best Debut Indie Game, Best Role-Playing Game, Best Game Direction, and, of course, Game of the Year. And it also could, so that's, 13 nominations? Yeah, and then it could also win Player's Choice, and I think it has a high chance of getting that. So
wow.
So, yeah, and God of War Ragnarok was also right in there with Last of Us Part 2. I think it had also 11.
Okay, well.
Yeah, and then Baldur's Gate actually only had 9. So
interesting.
But it won everything.
Yeah. So how do you think Expedition 33 does this year?
I'll be honest with you. So like with Baldur's Gate, I had this really just kind of skepticism going in because everybody was trying to talk about Alan Wake 2, and then you've got the Nintendo bias with Tears of the Kingdom.
Right. That
made me think about another video game thing. Maybe I'll bring it up tonight, maybe not. But it's an opportunity to shit on IGN, so might just have to go ahead and throw it out there. And of course, so you got the Nintendo bias for Tears of the Kingdom, and honestly, it didn't even deserve to be nominated. So I'm very hopeful that it's going to get it. I think it is far and away the winner. I think if it were up to me, it would definitely get the best soundtrack, hands down. It would definitely win Game of the Year. It would definitely win Best Role-Playing Game. It's hard for me to give Best Indie Game to a game that like 150 people worked on. I definitely think it should win Game of the Year, and for me, Jennifer English would win Best Performance from AL. I would not be mad with Charlie Cox, but
what, Caleb?
I'm not going to spoil that here, just in case. But Ben Starr with me, I really like his performance as Verso, but I'm just also still mad at him for being in Final Fantasy 16. So, I think he deserves to take an L this year just to balance things out for that, and then he'll be forgiven.
Oh my God. Goddamn. Yeah.
What do you think?
I saw like the list of nominations this year.
Yeah, for Game of the Year we got E33,
right?
Death Stranding 2, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silk Song, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and then of course we have a Nintendo game automatically gets nominated. We have Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Good old Donkey Kong.
Yeah, and I think, I honestly, in my opinion, Donkey Kong Bonanza and Death Stranding 2 are both fucking fanboyism, like Homerism picks.
Yeah, so, fun side note here. I have tried to play Death Stranding on, I think, 3 separate occasions now. I can't do it.
can just imagine that for you, it is excruciatingly bad.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I think I was talking to Kevin one day, and I said, man, like, maybe I am just an NPC, because why do I come home and do the same shit in a video game that I do in real life? Like, this shit is... And like, I don't know, man. The thing about Death Stranding is that Hideo Kojima, he does what he is best at, for better and for worse, you know? So when I played Death Stranding 1, I was so taken in by the narrative, by what was going on, and trying to figure out what is happening. And so there was a lot of cool concepts that playing the game, you get to the point where you, like, the slow realization creeps in that Death Stranding is just a walking sim where you occasionally have to put a baby to sleep. And then, you know, you get a ladder. And it's a balancing act, because you have to balance yourself. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I do this all day already.
Right. Yeah.
Except for the baby part, thank goodness.
Yeah.
But no, so I have tried, because I've spoken to people who say that, you know, it's a really odd game, but it's really unique, and once you get into it, it's really rewarding. The problem is, I just can't. As a 37-year-old gamer now, I just can't dedicate that kind of time and patience to get into something that may or may not pay off for me.
Yeah, every conversation I have about Death Stranding 2 goes exactly like this. Somebody goes, "Oh yeah, I've been playing the shit out of Death Stranding 2," and I go, "Oh, is that good?" And they go, "Yeah, man, it's amazing." And I go, "Okay, if I didn't like the first one, am I going to like this one?" And they go, "Oh no." and that's it. That's the conversation.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm like, "Yeah, man. So you should pick up E33 if you haven't. It's really good. You should get on Arc Raiders."
Oh shit.
You know, that kind of thing. But yeah, I agree, man. I can't. Hideo Kojima, to me, jumped the shark earlier than he did for most people. Like, I think for most people, it was somewhere around, like, Metal Gear Solid 5, when, like, the intro to the game is for, like, clearly a game they didn't make. And then you play this other game. Not that the other game is bad.
Yeah.
But, like, it would be like if I took the intro from Red Dead Redemption 2, and then at the end of that, you play through the expansion to Cyberpunk. Be like, I mean, I like this, but what the fuck was that?
Right. You know, I will say this, as someone who has beaten Phantom Pain, there is actually a really good payoff there at the end where shit, in terms of a Kojima game, makes sense. And I was actually taken aback, because I did not expect anything to make sense there at the end of Phantom Pain.
Should I play Phantom Pain? I've only got like maybe 5 hours into it. You think I'd like it?
I don't know, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean towards hesitancy and say probably not.
So some people like what is it? What's 4?
Oh no, the walking. Oh, the movie.
The movie, yeah, Metal Gear Solid 4, the movie.
The movie. Yeah.
I remember getting my PS3 like just to play that game, and I was like, I could have just watched some YouTube.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a long movie, but no, there are some really cool story elements, and like I said, like with the Hideo Kojima, you get the best and the worst of him, so you get like this really interesting story element, like especially the big twist reveal at the end of, as far as like what's going on, and you know, things with Snake and the Diamond Dogs and all that. But then you get Quiet, who she has to be damn near naked because she breathes through her skin, you see. So her titties are out, not for fan service, but so she can breathe. And I was like, you didn't have to do this to put titties in my face, but, you know, all right.
I mean, George Lucas did it.
Yeah.
Do you know about this?
About him putting titties in our face?
Yeah, you know about this? So there's this one... Here we go, folks. Here we go. So there's this one Jedi, Ayla Secura. You see her mainly in Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, she's like walking around. She's the Twi'lek. She's blue. She's got the long. Oh shit! Me not being able to immediately think of what those are called. The Star Wars fans are gonna murder me over this. Shit. Anyway, her Leku. I knew it. It was back in there. Yeah, she's got the long Leku. She gets she's in this like pristine kind of on this like kind of mushroom planet, and when her troopers gun her down at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, so she doesn't wear Jedi robes. Anytime you see her, she's kind of got like the low cut kind of crop top on with the big ass titties. Well, the way this whole thing goes out is apparently in the Star Wars mythology, the reason that every time you see a Twi'lek, they're like butt ass naked is because they are the hottest species. Like their body temp is like 15 degrees hotter, right? And so they can't wear clothes. They gotta have, and so the Jedi had to be accommodated,
of course,
because George Lucas decided like, oh hey, I'm gonna put this hot Jedi with the big ass titties in, and then
coincidental.
Somebody, whoever tells George Lucas no, was like, George, she's a Jedi. They wear Jedi robes. And he was like, okay, well, what if, But yeah, that's a canon thing. The Twi'leks are the hottest species. That's why they're always mostly naked.
The more you know.
The more you know.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, I can't blame him too much for that one. Fucking George Lucas did it. Yeah. Hideo Kojima's going to find that short and go show somebody in the studio. Look,
see,
I told you guys George Lucas did it. We're gonna get a comment from Hideo Kojima. Please don't watch any of our other stuff.
Oh man, yeah, that would be great if Hideo Kojima hit us up and be like, "Yeah, review some of my stuff." All right.
Yeah, man, we'll get right on that Metal Gear Solid 3 remaster.
Yeah. I've been looking for an excuse to play that anyway.
Can we get like a Sons of Liberty remake? Like,
that'd be great.
With some really good graphics.
I feel like there's been some news with, I almost said Doomsday Clock, but no, just Doomsday.
Yeah.
But for the life of me, I can't remember what new news has come out about that.
Well, the most recent thing I read, and this is still like just heavily rumored, is actually that the Russo brothers are going to be taking over the next saga. Not necessarily that Kevin Feige is going to be stepping down, but more so that the Russos are going to be like in charge of the overarching narrative within the saga. And then Kevin Feige is going to do all his producer shit that he has to do. I actually think that's a tremendous idea. Like, I don't know if the Russos are necessarily the right people to do it. I think that they got a better shot than anybody else. But I do know that someone needs to have that job, because whoever did it before, it wasn't doing it in 4 and 5.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah. And not to go back and retread that dead horse, but man, I swear the MCU, they were really just treading water and just relying on good fan faith to get them through those phases.
Which I think is just gone now. I mean, they eroded it completely.
Yeah, it's dried up. Yeah. It is. But I think they know that, and they know that that's why Doomsday has got to be a fucking banger. There's been so many rumors right now that who knows what's true or what's not.
Precisely. In DC, on the DC side of the house, it's been also heavily rumored they're looking to cast Diana for Man of Tomorrow.
So, I have heard that for Man of Tomorrow, they're looking for a woman of a certain build, I guess a younger woman, like in the late 20s from what I've seen, that can actually fit a certain build. It does sound like Diana, but knowing James Gunn, I wouldn't be surprised if it's someone like a Big Barda. She'd be a lot of fun. I don't know. I would love to see Wonder Woman in this. I don't know if it's time. And I also don't know exactly like what she would do. I can also see it maybe being another Kryptonian, perhaps. It all depends on what they do with Brainiac, who has all but been confirmed.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't mind seeing her in kind of the spot that like Mr. Terrific was in Man of Steel. Yeah. You know, having her just kind of, it's not a cameo, but it's a smaller role to kind of set up for her to have a movie down the line. In the timeline, not in the past.
Right. Oh, you mean you want a current Wonder Woman iteration?
Yeah, I know I'm asking for a lot.
That's a lot. Wow.
The actress comes in to read the scene, and James Gunn just slides over the script. He's like, I just want you to read that for me. And like they just pick up the piece of paper, and it's just, Kal-El, no. He's like, all right, that's it. Get out of here. Kal-El, no.
Kal-El, no. You know, I was this close to getting the Kal-El no button, but I was like, yeah, man, let me refrain.
We need that. That needs to happen. We can just replace the wrong with that.
That's true.
Lex has been on there for a while.
Yeah, it was time to cycle him out.
Let's cycle him out, and we just look at the Kal-El, no.
Oh, man. Man, there was something else I was going to say before you distracted the hell out of me.
I'm sorry.
With Kal-El, no. Oh, yeah. So I saw this post recently on social media, and it got me thinking. It was asking, out of the big two, Marvel and DC, which company has like the better lineup of black superheroes? And so I was thinking about that, and I was like, well, that's interesting. So I boiled it down to, if I had to make a Mount Rushmore for each, how easy or hard would that be, and who ends up on each of those Mount Rushmores? And I was thinking, like, for DC, I'd have to put Jon Stewart on there.
Yeah, Cyclops.
You Cyborg?
Cyborg.
Yes.
My bad. My brain just... It's because he's on your shirt.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Cyborg, for sure.
Cyborg, yep.
We need a black Cyclops, though.
Yeah.
Make that happen.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I wear glasses.
I'm fine with that. Yeah. If we knock his glasses off, we'll be fine. I don't think that worked on the other one.
It should never work.
See, that's why it's got to be 97, because otherwise today somebody would just Google, like...
Yeah, what does he do?
Yeah. Be like, oh, no, that's a terrible idea. Those are there for our protection.
But I would do Jon Stewart. I do Cyborg. I feel like I got to put Static Shock on there.
Yep.
And for the last one...
Steel.
Yeah, I was like, is it Steel? Is it Mr. Terrific? You know?
Well, I mean, right here, like, so if we want to talk about, like, overall, right, I'd say Steel. But, like, today, it's probably Mr. Terrific, just as far as, like, modern pop culture.
Yeah.
Definitely Mr. Terrific.
Yeah. And...
but, I mean, also, like, if you want to go modern pop culture, too, I would argue that Martian Manhunter should probably be on there.
Yeah. But that's like putting Piccolo on the list. It's like, you count, but you don't.
He's like, I was invited to the barbecue.
Yeah.
I have a certificate right here. Yeah. It's like, yeah, you were, but you shouldn't need a piece of paper.
Right.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Interesting.
He also voices Vegeta. It doesn't count.
Right.
Doesn't count. Chris Sabat is like the whitest guy ever.
Oh, yeah, right. So it's crazy. I mean, maybe it's because Piccolo's always oral farming, you know. Like
that's what it is.
Yeah. Every time you see him, he's just cooling.
But I think the last couple of iterations that we've seen of Martian Manhunter, it has been a black actor. Guy. So
yeah, that's true.
So I guess it comes down to like how you want to, like, are you looking at the character specifically, or are we looking at like live action and animation and like the actor that plays the character as well, or if you factor that in or not. So
yeah, and then you have other heroes like maybe Nubia or Vixen or oh man, I'm drawing a blank now on the Earth with the Black Superman, Calvin Ellis. I mean, so you got there's options there, but I think that would probably be my Mount Rushmore for sure. You got to put Jon Stewart, Cyborg, Static. And, yeah, like you said, probably Steel.
The Rock just kicks the wall in. Black Adam is in his name.
Yeah.
Put him on the list. Yeah, that was just still the funniest part of me reading Doomsday Clock is when fucking Black Adam shows up and it's just like this John Cena looking white dude, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right, he is classically drawn like this. Mm-hmm. I was like, this sucks. Not that I liked the Dwayne Johnson version, much more. I feel like there's maybe a middle ground we can arrive at.
I mean, Black Adam probably would be closer to The Rock's complexion.
Right, yeah.
So.
Yeah.
As far as Marvel, though, like, for their Mount Rushmore.
I mean, T'Challa, obviously, right there.
Yeah, T'Challa.
It's actually just T'Challa, and then there's 3 smaller statues.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Like, yeah, the mountain is T'Challa, but then like for like his necklace, there's 3 other heroes.
Yeah. It's him on top of the panther, you
Yeah.
know, and then you got the necklace with the little 3 other heroes.
You got to put Storm on there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And then, do you do Blade?
I think this is where we're right back to that same discussion. It's like, are you going to factor in the overall pop culture of the thing? Like, is it like right now, modern day, or are we saying of all time? If it's of all time, I probably would go Blade. Just like right here today, I don't know. I mean, they have been trying to make a Blade movie for what feels like 20 fucking years.
Right.
And they just, for whatever reason can't, figure it out.
Yeah. And I mean, also in that same boat then, like by that same kind of thinking, you got to think maybe Miles Morales.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. So T'Challa, Storm, and Miles to me are, I think, de facto. Yeah. And then that last spot, I think there's probably several people that go to. I think Blade is a good option. For it. Yeah.
And again, like there's a bunch of other people that could go into that spot. It's hard to say, but when I think about it from that standpoint, it's interesting because for my particular taste of comic books overall, I slightly, marginally lean more towards DC than Marvel. But Marvel, I think, overall has the more legendary black characters.
Yeah. Can we actually just put Heimdall on the list?
Had to put an asterisk next to it. Yeah.
Why? What's the asterisk change it to? Is he the newest Avenger? It's just him. There's no team anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Heimdall. I think he's just just some white god.
No. It's Idris Elba.
Okay, it's always been Idris Elba.
It always has been. I know your memory. You've read a lot of comics.
I get some of them mixed up apparently.
But if you go and crack open any of those Thor down there, it is going to be Idris Elba's likeness.
Got it.
That's like saying we can't put Nick Fury on there.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. You got to be able to say Nick.
Because if we're just going modern pop culture, then Nick Fury would be on there before Blade.
Okay. You can argue that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, if we're going to go modern pop culture...
I mean, what about War Machine?
Why can't, Falcon / Captain America be on there?
Yeah.
He's motherfucking Captain America.
Right. So, you got options.
It's just Anthony Mackie. You just put Anthony Mackie on there just as himself.
With that look he does all the time. That smile like he knows all your secrets.
Yeah. He was the villain in 8 Mile. It's fine.
All right. Well, I think it's time for us to go ahead and officially get this show on the road. So with that being said, homies one and all, welcome back to another very special episode of the Superhero Homies Podcast. My name is Quentin, and as always, I'm here with the world's greatest co-host. I'm talking about the homie Caleb.
What is going on, everybody? I am so excited to be here for this episode tonight because this episode tonight, we are going to talk about the very foundations of what we base pretty much, not all, but most of our opinions that come out on this show, and that we kind of try to look at just about everything that we do through the lens of what we're going to talk about here tonight.
Absolutely. The Homie Commandments are a sacred list of rules to live and follow by and to revere that were given to us. They floated down in a beam of light from the Homie Committee above.
That's right.
And yes, and so now we are here to once again revisit these commandments with you because this list was first put together like 6 years ago.
Yep.
And I figured it's time to go back and take a look at these and, see if these hold up any better than like any other list of 10 commandments that you may know of.
That's right. Yeah.
So
these are definitely going to have the longevity.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, honor thy mother and father. What's that really mean?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. I mean, like, thou shalt not kill. I need more I need more, a
little more substance there.
Yeah. Help me out here. But with that being said, yes, there are 10 of these that we have here. And it's interesting because number 1 and number 10 are quoted by us the most often by far.
Yeah. And there was an elusive 11, but like we just Mandela affected all of ourselves into it.
It's crazy, right? Because
we can't find it.
Yeah. The homie rule number 11 actually wasn't here for it technically. That was the Ninja Turtles review that you guys did.
Everybody that was in the room though recalls me saying it. I must have been like speaking in tongues.
And maybe
because everybody recalls me saying an 11th commandment, including myself. None of us remember what it is, like not even a little bit, not even like what it referred to, like a little, not a single thing about it. And then I have watched that episode.
Yeah.
You edited the episode.
And was scrubbing for it.
It's not there.
Yeah.
It's not there. Yeah, I've listened to it and watched it. It's not there.
Yeah, if you guys needed any more convincing that the Holy Commandments are sacred, then I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah, I tried to blaspheme and add a thing, and the shit just got deleted from time.
Well, with that being said, homies, let's go ahead and get started with superhero homie rule number 1, which is hold true to the integrity of the characters.
Oh my God, there is a reason that this is number 1, folks.
Absolutely. The reason why this is number 1 is because this is the rule that we often see being broken the most. And so what does this mean, character integrity and holding true to it? Well, this does, for example, this does not just apply to characters who have a source material. So you don't have to be just a comic book creation in order for this to apply, like if you have a movie or something. Character integrity can be something like, we know what kind of character Luke Skywalker is from the original trilogy. And we know that the shit that he did in The Force Awakens doesn't necessarily all the way hold true to his character integrity. And you can look at like his circumstances and say, well, underneath these dire conditions, maybe he would. But based off what we know about Luke Skywalker, chances are he probably wouldn't. And a lot of the times, character integrity meaning like the facet of who this character is at their core, who and what they would do under given situations or circumstances. That is their integrity. And you have to think like that is the glue that holds the character together.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's more than just their personality. It's kind of what drives them. It's their way of thinking, their patterns of living. It's who they are at their core. And most times, whenever you see this rule being broken, whenever you see a character that just does something out of left field, it's simply because it's what the plot needs to happen. And ultimately, that comes down to shaky writing.
Yeah, I mean, so an example, if, there's a car is going to fall on a human and a car is going to fall on a mutant, and Magneto can only stop one of them. He's stopping the mutant car every time because that's just who he is. There's no universe where he doesn't. Now you can come up with some special circumstance to be like, oh well, they needed this human to save the mutant, all of the mutants. Well, yeah, whatever. But I mean, just random.
Yep.
He doesn't know them. He's picking the mutant every time. That's a clean cut example. It's sticking to the integrity of your characters. It doesn't mean you have to make them predictable.
No.
But what we oftentimes see in these adaptations especially is the writers tend to want to tell their own stories, and they can't get the funding to do that. So what they do is they get signed on to make, whatever. Star Wars, let's just say, Star Wars Episode 8, just random, random, pull that out of the ether.
Wow, okay.
And they just want to make their own shit that they wanted to write, and it doesn't have anything to do with that. but they just have to kind of vaguely, slot it into this other thing. And that happens a lot, man. And like that's in Hollywood, unfortunately. And that's where we see a lot of this stuff happen. The other thing is, somebody who's not a talented writer will tend to lean on incompetence as a crutch.
Yeah.
Oh, nobody in the room would do that. So I'll just make somebody in the room dumb as fuck spontaneously.
Yeah, because that's what we need to do to get the plot to move forward. So that's how things go. Yeah.
We need somebody to go investigate the basement.
Exactly.
Otherwise, this movie would have been over 40 minutes ago.
I wonder how many times The Last Jedi will be referenced tonight. We'll see. We'll keep a tally.
It breaks damn near all of these.
All right. So yeah, that is rule number 1. Hold true to the integrity of the characters, because if you break that, then you essentially don't have much of anything left. Because at the end of the day, even if the story is bad, but you have good characters, people are going to hold on to those good characters. Hell, there's people who like Iron Man 3, and I had to imagine it's because they really like Tony Stark a lot.
I don't know what else could possibly drive you to like that movie other than just that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I've said this many, many times, is that if you can get me to care about the characters, you've got me.
Yeah.
I'm not really a big genre person where I'm like, oh, I only like this thing. I have things that I prefer. I really like sci-fi. I really like urban fantasy. I really like high fantasy. But, fucking Yellowstone, right, is yeehaw Game of Thrones. And for the first 3 seasons of that, I was glued to it. It's not anything like what I would typically watch. I'm watching a show right now, Lazarus Project. And it's the same way. Like, it's very much like you just get this vibe that the Sci-Fi Channel made this shit in the early 2000s, But then I was like, oh shit, the characters are written super well. And now I'm hooked on it, Even though the plot is ridiculous, I don't, like, you've got me if you can get me to care about the characters.
Yeah.
And once I care about them, though, you now have a responsibility to those characters that you created and I got invested in.
I feel like another property that just shat all over rule number 1 was late stage Game of Thrones.
Oh God, yes. Yeah, Jaime going back to Cersei is probably the most egregious of those. Also though, the Danny, the spontaneous Danny heel turn.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, imagine you're watching wrestling and the babyface wins the match and the title, and then they turn heel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, all right.
Out of nowhere, for no reason.
Yeah. Like, you didn't need to do that to win the belt. You already won.
Yeah. Yeah. As a matter of fact, you could have won like 8 weeks ago. You just, I don't know why, but you waited.
Well, anything else in rule number 1 before we go on to rule number 2?
We could go on and on all night about rule number 1.
We could.
So.
Yeah, there's too many examples.
Thor.
Oh, don't worry. We got room for Thor later on this list.
Yeah, we do.
Superhero homie rule number 2. If you adapt a story, hold true to that story. So, I know what you guys are thinking. Yeah, well, no shit, Q, obviously. But if it wasn't an offender, it wouldn't be on this list.
Just go on IMDb and scroll, and that's Exhibit A.
Yeah. So, originally it was if you adapt a comic book story, hold true to that comic book story. But you can just scratch out comic book. If it's any sort of adaptation that is based on, it, at least to a degree, needs to hold true to whatever that story is about. And that doesn't mean that it needs to be like a page-for-page, panel-for-panel recreation of the source material, but it does need to, at minimum, understand what the source material is about so that when they are making their own adaptation of it, they can still have that spirit, that soul of that source material. That's what it's about. Like, no one, like, for example, I think about something like the movie Logan, which clearly has inspirations from the comic book Old Man Logan. Now, in the movie Logan, there are no inbred Hulk children. There is no Maestro and Hulk fight. there's there's not any of that, but what there is a lonely, old, tired, weary, and guilt-stricken Wolverine who's at the end of his rope and has one last cowboy hurrah at the end. And while the overarching story elements are way different for various reasons. One, Fox just didn't have the rights to do half the shit that the comic did.
Right.
But also, you have to look at the fact that it has the spirit of what that book had. And also, as simple as this is, and this will be a really simple statement that may sound too simple to be something that's followed, but I promise you it's not. Like, the name of the project does matter.
Yes.
So, like, for example, like, Logan is one of my favorite movies. It does take inspiration from Old Man Logan, but it's not called Old Man Logan.
Correct.
And again, that may sound like I'm, like I'm just picking and choosing. I'm not. Like, no. If it is called that thing, then I will expect it to more fully adapt that thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. If we just got Mephisto in the MCU, if Mephisto is not in Brand New Day at all, yeah. I'm gonna feel a certain kind of way about it,
right?
Because I'm like, then why did you call it that?
Yeah,
And I guess I won't be pissed if Mephisto isn't in it, but if like Mephisto isn't in it and it has literally nothing to do with the events of Brand New Day, like you can have something else set those events into motion. It doesn't have to be Mephisto. But yeah, I mean, that's what we're talking about here. Mm-hmm. We don't mean you have to page adapt everything.
Right.
I talked about this a little earlier about, kind of Hollywood playing this nonsense game where, I have this original, drama, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Most, and you're going to go to a Hollywood studio and say, I want you guys to spend $200 million to make my script. No one's ever read it. Nobody gives a fuck about it. I'm going to let you read it, and based off of how you think about the script, you're going to give me $200 million to go make a movie.
Yeah.
That's a crazy investment. It's hard to get a bank to give you, like $30,000 for a car.
Yeah.
And this, like, your livelihood is dependent upon, And so, like, you take that, Brandon Sanderson had this thing famously happen to him. He has this short novella. He won a Hugo Award for it. It's very good. It's called The Emperor's Soul. Mm. And the short story takes place mostly in the same room. There's only, like, 3 real characters in it, like, as far as, like, POV. And, like, a Hollywood studio or producer, somebody, they wanted to option the movie rights. And Brandon's like, you want to make my character drama that takes place basically in one room into a Hollywood oh, sure. Yeah. Like, okay, well, we can look at the options here, like write up a script and let me know what you want to do. And they were going to call it The Emperor's Soul and all this other stuff. And he gets the script. And it's this fucking heist movie where they go out and do all this crazy shit. And it had virtually nothing to do with this. But what they wanted to do, this is like, high fantasy adaptations have a certain appeal to them, whatever. They know there's a guaranteed audience for it. So they just wanted to go and spend like a little bit of money to get this relatively unknown writer at the time to get his script and then write their own fucking story that they wanted to tell and just stamp the name on it.
Man, if only Alan Moore had the same opportunities to read the scripts for his movie adaptations, maybe he wouldn't be so crazy today.
I don't know. I'm actually going to say that that's not what set that in motion.
Okay.
I think it's probably the copious amounts of LSD.
Is that in the Cosmere? No, not the copious amounts of LSD, but
the Emperor's Soul?
Yes.
It is.
Okay.
Yes. It's actually a nice starting point. If you don't want to hand your friend a 600-page tome, and that's one of the medium-sized ones.
Right.
And go good luck. Emperor's Soul is a very good way to start because it's a short story. It's like it's pretty small.
Interesting. I also think about something like the Joker.
Yes.
And hang on, guys. Like, don't start angry commenting yet. Okay.
Or you can.
Like, I don't give a fuck. I do actually really enjoy the 2019 Joker movie. But I do think that Todd Phillips and Warner Brothers in general just used the Joker IP to put asses in seats.
Yeah, absolutely. He wanted to make a like Scorsese knockoff. Mm-hmm. And it's not a bad film by any stretch of the imagination until you stamp Joker on it.
Right.
And it has basically nothing to do with this character.
Exactly.
The second one is the same fucking thing.
It's a bad movie.
Yeah. He was like, I actually really would like to make this other movie, though. And Warner Brothers is like, we really don't want to make that. He's like, what if we call it Joker 2? Surely this won't work again. And then they were like, yeah, here's $200 million.
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
You got time to do that. Put Harley in it.
He's like, can I get Lady Gaga? They're like, sure, that sounds great.
Yeah.
People like her.
Yeah, she was in A Star Is Born.
Yeah. Yeah, go for it.
This be great. I mean, just a great example, though, because, again, that's not saying anything bad about the 2019 Joker movie in terms of its own quality, but when you tell me that they are making a movie based on the Joker's origin, I'm thinking we're going to get like this really cool, in-depth, fleshed out portion of the Killing Joke. Yeah. The portion that focuses on him as a very broke, struggling married man whose wife is pregnant and is going to give birth any day. A failed comedian. Shit goes so sideways in one day, and then you ended with the Batman cameo, with the Joker underneath the red hood, and he falls to the Vatican. Was like, I don't know. Like, to me, it I'm not gonna say it wrote itself, but like the premise did. Yeah. However, DC and Todd Phillips, they saw fit to do something very different, and the result is we got a good movie, but I've maintained the same stance since 2019. It just doesn't have fuck all to do with the Joker. So that is just one, I think, of many examples that we could use for something that has ties to a certain story, but doesn't really follow through at all. Yeah. Number 3, superhero homie rule number 3. Well, we just mentioned Thor, didn't we?
We did.
The tone should match the plot.
Oh, God. Oh, dear.
The tone of your movie should match the plot. If you're realizing the theme here, homie, it's that all of these rules or commandments sound like common fucking sense.
Yeah. Yeah, they really, I'd say 7 out of 10, you're just like, duh. Yeah. But apparently, like Hollywood and the major publishing houses, they don't really have this. And this doesn't really just even go for movies. It goes for TV shows. It goes for books. It goes for whatever new, comics are out there. Yep. It goes for anything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, tone should match the plot. So, if you're creating any type of art, we'll just say a TV show, and your TV show is about, I don't know, it's like it's a dramatization based on a fictional character who was in World War II and the atrocities of surviving war and the morality of killing people on the opposite end who are maybe some of them are super evil people, but then you have other people. Like it's this really complex drama that shows you the ins and outs of war and the cruelty of it. Right. But then the tone of it is The Office.
Yeah. Okay, you're starting to sell me on it now. I kind of want to see it now. It seems like it would be awful, but I'd watch at least a couple episodes of this.
Picture the TV show Chernobyl, but it's a bunch of dick jokes and just lighthearted humor. And like picture Chernobyl, right? And they're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, like the reactor is overheating, and like the guy just deadpan looks at the camera as it zooms in on him, and like
he just sits there and you just see Stellan Skarsgård and he's like, I told him that shit wasn't gonna work. But the dumbass flew the helicopter over there anyway. And then you just kind of see in the background like this.
It goes to the one guy who gets fucked up. He's in the hospital. He goes like, I'm starting to feel better every day.
Yeah.
I think I could leave any moment now. Smash cuts to the doctor. He's got about 15 seconds to live.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I really want to see this. I'll be honest. I would at least watch a SNL skit about this.
But that's about as long. Like an SNL skit is about as long as it would be good.
Yeah. I mean, maybe a South Park episode,
right?
But I feel like this is a great idea.
Oh no! Oh man! So, good old Taika Waititi, our old pal, Taika.
Oh god.
I haven't picked on Ragnarok in a long time, and I'm proud of myself for that. There's been so many other terrible movies that have come out since then, and here's the thing, right? I'm not gonna sit here and straight up call Ragnarok an awful, terrible, shitty movie. I'm not gonna do that. Because there's Love and Thunder, which was also made by Taika Waititi, and it also has some of the same problems as Ragnarok does.
But worse.
But worse, yeah.
The Ragnaroking.
The Ragnarockering, yeah. And more Ragning for your rocking. So, both of those movies, to me, suffer from a similar problem. Now, don't get me wrong, Love and Thunder has more problems. But the problems that those two movies have in common is the fact that Taika saw fit to take some of the most grimdark and important Marvel stories, such as the Ragnarok story, the Planet Hulk story, the Gore the God Butcher story, and the Jane Foster Mighty Thor story, where she's actively killing herself, when she transforms back and forth into Thor. Like, some of those stories are the most pivotal and important stories for Thor and for Hulk, respectively. But Taika just sees fit to make a joke out of them. And I'm not saying they need to be so serious with all these. It's supposed to be entertainment. It's supposed to be fun. But when you don't understand the tone of something, it shows that maybe you don't really understand the concept, or maybe you don't really grasp the idea of what's being portrayed here.
Yeah, I mean, Ragnarok is ridiculous, but it has Bruce Banner there as the Hulk. Mm-hmm. It has, freaking Jeff Goldblum as the Grandmaster, which, I mean, while that tone doesn't necessarily belong in that movie, I've never been able to take my eyes off it. He's always so good as Grandmaster. You have Loki stealing every damn scene that he's in. You have Idris Elba's Heimdall. You have the whole plot with the Fenris Wolf, which was cool. You have all of this stuff around Thor that's like, and the fact that like you never seen Chris Hemsworth fuck off like this. Mm-hmm. So like you have all of this stuff, and like the Odin storyline, and like Mjolnir getting destroyed, and like just all these kind of things that like are really, really cool that are holding up the silly, ridiculous plot in that movie. Love and Thunder is just that, but you have none of those things I just mentioned.
Yeah. I think that's pretty heavily on the money.
You have fucking Korg and Valkyrie.
Yeah.
And Natalie Portman doing her damnedest to drag that movie uphill through the snow.
Which she doesn't get very far.
No.
Because as amazing of an actor as Natalie Portman is, she unfortunately doesn't have the same kind of comedic chops, especially that this movie tries to call for.
Yeah.
When I think about these movies, like if I were to sit down for Ragnarok or for Love and Thunder and I were to explain to you like the premise of those movies, they would sound damn near Shakespearean in nature. I mean, because technically they kind of are. And it would sound so. You would question whether or not Marvel would even make a movie like this. You know,
Right.
if you're just explaining what happens in these movies, like you mentioned Ragnarok, yeah, like Thor has a sister named Hela, and she was hidden from the rest of the family. Odin put her away, and then she escapes, and Odin dies. And before he pieces out, he's like, "Oh yeah, y'all got an evil ass sister, deuces." Mjolnir gets destroyed. Thor and Loki are forced to try to work together. They're stuck on planet Sakaar with the Hulk, and then this is where he's been battling, and they're trying to prevent Ragnarok from happening and destroying all of Asgard, and you know, so you have all of this going on, and there's Surtur in the background, and so there's all of this happening, and it sounds so heavy. And then the plot is just waka waka waka, banana peel slipping. And to me, it just undercuts all of the high quality story that's potentially there. It just doesn't work. And you're right, like with Love and Thunder, it's the same thing but worse because Gore just isn't. If all you know of Gore is Love and Thunder, then you would think that he's one of the most useless villains in comic book history.
Gore the child kidnapper.
Yeah, that's right. Because there is zero butchering of any gods in this movie, damn near.
Yep.
But yeah, you know, that for me, like those are always going to be like the two shining examples. I'm not saying that you shouldn't give Taika Waititi superhero movies, but you damn sure shouldn't give him something like this. I don't think.
I don't think you should give him any movies.
God damn.
Yeah. Wait, is he just in that Ryan Reynolds movie or whatever?
Oh, I think he's just in it.
Yeah. I actually think he does pretty well in that movie. Mm-hmm. And in the right circumstances, I think he does well as Korg. Mm-hmm. But he should not direct.
Yeah, it was crazy how many scenes Korg had in Love and Thunder. Like,
he's just in way too many. Like, Korg should be in the movie about as much as he's in Endgame. Mm-hmm. I liked Korg in Endgame because he was there for about 40 seconds.
Right.
And he's good for about 60.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly, right? Like, he's not there long enough to wear out his welcome.
Exactly.
Endgame. Yeah. That's how it should be.
And the worst thing about it, too, is like, we never really get to see Korg fuck anybody up, even though he's a rock monster. You know? I feel like if we got to see him fuck more people up, he would be, you know, cooler.
Yeah.
But instead, he just kind of sits around and, like, commentates.
Yeah. Yeah, and
exposits.
That's all he does.
Yeah.
And I wonder if Taika realized that, oh, man, the character of Korg, he's definitely not going to be around long because Deadpool is about to get folded into the MCU.
Right. They're going to make Korg pool.
Oh, no. Oh, dear Lord, no.
Is there... this is going back to our, you know, Mount Rushmore black characters. Is there a black pool? Or did they just think that would be, you know, insensitive? That there's no way they could make that not, you know...
You know, I don't think there is. Nope.
We shouldn't have put that into the ether just now.
Probably not.
Okay. Well, forget we said it.
And also because it's like, even if there was, his skin is so fucked up. Yeah. Maybe it'd be a little hard to tell. You know.
It's just Nick Fury.
Oh no.
But like with Deadpool powers.
Oh no. Yeah, that sounds awful. So. We don't ever need to visit that universe.
Marvel's like, Kevin Feige somewhere is like,
write that down.
Write that down.
But yeah, guys, rule number 3: the tone should match the plot. You know, if it's comedic and lighthearted, then don't make it fucking The Dark Knight. You know,
right? Yeah.
Just have the tone match the plot. Rule number 4. Superhero Homie Commandment number 4 is kind of a 2-for-1, and it is don't abuse the rule of cool and subverting expectations.
Yes.
The rule of cool. So, you guys may be wondering, what's wrong with relying on the rule of cool? X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yes.
That movie is about 85% rule of cool, and because of it, it is 100% stupid.
The scene where the god awful scene where he crashes the helicopter.
Oh wow, yeah.
And he's like walking towards the camera and the helicopter explodes behind him.
Uh-huh.
That is such a meme worthy, like early 2000s, like just nonsense. Like that scene, Hollywood thought that scene was so cool. It was in like everything. If like you went to the movie theater and you know sometimes they'll have like a little buzz reel of all the movies that came out recently, that scene would be in there.
Yeah.
At like any of the award shows, they would show that shit. They even it even caused the cool guys don't look at explosions.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't the sole cause of that, but it was probably the catalyst for them to go, we should do this. It is endlessly parodied, and it is such a joke. And really that whole movie is that, you know.
How much do you think it really hurt that movie that it leaked online with the unfinished CG?
I mean, that's how I watched it.
Oh, that's how you watched it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't actually... I think I've only ever seen the actual finished movie once.
Oh.
Because it's still a terrible film. Watching it with the finished effects doesn't really make it much better. As a matter of fact, I kind of like the ending without the effects finished. Because without the effects finished, you don't actually get to see Deadpool.
Yeah.
That it's just kind of like there's just kind of this like laser that like cuts the building in half, and it's just a wireframe black like white background.
Yeah.
And Hugh Jackman is the only material thing. Everything else is just background.
Oh no! You know, I've never seen the unfinished version of that.
I have to see if I can track that down.
You don't have to do that.
We had to do that on the throwback.
We're good. We are good. Oh boy, I remember during the pandemic because like me and Kevin have shit else to do. Like we did an episode called the Wolverine-a-thon where we watched all 3 Wolverine movies, and thank God they progressively get better.
Yeah. It's leaps and bounds between each one.
Yeah, it is, right? Thank goodness. But yeah, so the rule of cool, guys, we all know what that is, and that's when you do something cool just for the sake of it being cool. And now the rule of cool, especially in most of what we talk about, is more than welcome, but it has its limits.
Yeah,
you can't rely on the rule of cool, and
I mean Guardians 2 is a great example of this.
Oh boy.
You know, it's like, oh well, people really love Baby Groot. Mm-hmm. He's adorable.
Yep.
So let's have this opening scene montage where it's just him dancing while shit happens in the background that's completely irrelevant for about 8 minutes.
Yep. Yep. Will this play a big role in the rest of the movie? Absolutely not.
No.
But you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
And I know that's a fact because you can point out all of the reasons why Baby Groot can be eye rolling, and people will say, "Yeah, but I love it."
Yeah, 100%. I mean, this might get a little flack, but I mean, Crypto's the same way.
Well, Kay's not here, so you're safe for now.
Yeah, somewhere at home, she's just like mad at me and can't figure out why. But I mean, you know, I don't think Crypto is like a super egregious example of it. Mm-hmm. But I think that movie would be a better film with about 10% less Crypto in it. And I get that, you know, they have to sort of, it's this Superman movie and they want to make it somewhat lighthearted for the audiences or whatever. And it is cool that Superman has a super dog.
Yeah.
It's a cool thing. And the little guy's adorable, whatever. Mm-hmm. But there's just it is just slightly abused. Not to the point that it ruins the movie. Love the film. Think it's incredible. But I think that if you take about 10% of the Crypto out, it's a better film for it. But yeah, I mean, it's a great example of Guardians 2 as well. Another movie that like we just recently reviewed, the original Silver Surfer, Rise of the Silver Surfer movie.
Everything that motherfucker did.
That whole movie is just really cool. Nor and Rad has not a fucking thing to do with the Silver Surfer in that film. They just were like, what would be a cool thing for a motherfucker on a skateboard or on a surfboard to do?
And he, and to the movie's credit or discredit, everything he does is cool as shit.
Yeah, it's cool as
fuck. It doesn't mean anything, but it's cool.
And even to the point where, for the finish, where they all just give Human Torch all their powers or whatever.
Yeah. And again, there's no real rhyme or reason as to why. Like, they don't have to do this.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so all four of us are, right? We're all, like, fucking experts at using this power. What if we gave 3 of these 4 powers to someone who doesn't know a fuck all about using them?
Right.
And then they could beat the bad guy. Completely invalidating the rest of us being here.
Yes. Yeah, instead of us being the Fantastic Four, he can be the 4-in-1-ster.
Yeah. We might have to workshop the title.
Oh, you think so?
A little bit.
You don't think we can put that on a t-shirt?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. He can be the Human Forge.
See, we're definitely going to have to keep workshopping that because I think we're going back. We're regressing at this point.
It'll just be 4T8 or 4RCH.
Oh no, he'll be the Foreman Torch.
No.
Oh, come on.
No.
Oh. All right. Well, we'll come back to it.
Yeah, the Fantastic Torch.
That sounds like something that they'd be selling on infomercials.
they can just slightly alter the song. Fantastic Torch.
Oh shit!
They don't even have to bring people back in. Yeah. They can just do that. They can do that in post.
Yeah, they can just edit that in post. Yeah, it's easy fix. Oh boy. So this was a 2-parter commandment. But it was about rule of cool and subverting expectations.
Oh God.
With subverting expectations, it's the idea that it's the twist or the moment or the scene that no one sees coming until it's there, and boom, it knocks the audience on their ass or the reader on their ass, and then they're just left reeling like, oh my goodness, this was an amazing moment I did not see coming. If you are a talented writer or creator and you can envision the end from the beginning, you can craft an incredible twist. You can craft something incredible where you truly can subvert expectations and it be in plain sight. For me, I think about like Hero of Ages.
That's exactly what came to my mind.
That was a great use of it.
And it's when the reveal happens, you're like, fuck, it couldn't have been anyone else.
Yeah.
But you never thought about it until that moment.
Right, exactly. And that's how you want that to go.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna take a lot of strays in this episode, but both of the Knives Out films, I think, are great examples of like the right way to do this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, okay, now you might have to introduce some extra exposition. And the second movie goes a little overboard with that. They're like, but wait.
Yeah.
But it all works, and then there's just so many of these where like there's like a whodunit, especially this is very common in like whodunit novels, right? Where they so don't want you to figure it out that it just doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, if you have to withhold so many details that it's impossible, then it's not that great of a twist. Like what's another thing? I enjoyed when Stranger Things did it with old Vecna.
Yeah,
I thought that was good. It pushed the line for me a little bit because while my mind was being blown, I was like, I've been listening to him explain this for 5 minutes now.
Yeah, he's like, so on the 13th of July, I went over here and I did this thing, and then you'll never guess what happened. It's like, when we got to the end though, I believed him.
Yeah, like I got you. I'm with you now.
Yeah, it's like, man, that's fucked up. We're really in trouble.
Yeah. Another thing, and this might be something small for maybe just for the comic book nerds, but I think actually anyone can enjoy this one as well. And I also think that this doesn't get the credit it deserves. When Nolan actually did this in Batman Begins, so he introduces Liam Neeson's character as Henry Ducard. Henry Ducard in the comic books is the guy who trained Bruce Wayne how to be a great detective. But then come to find out he's actually also corrupt. So, Bruce Wayne has to take him down. And so they repurpose this character in Batman Begins, where he's the guy who just kind of teaches Batman the bulk of what he knows. And you're like, okay, this is cool. This tracks. He's playing, Henry Ducard. It's a very, kind of obscure, deep cut, but I dig it. And even to the point where Henry takes Bruce to the head of the dragon, to the Ra's al Ghul. And when I first saw Batman Begins, I was a little disappointed that Ra's al Ghul is fucking dead in like the first, 20 minutes.
Yeah, me too. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
All right.
I was like, he'll be back.
Yeah. And they even went so far as to give him like the little Ra's al Ghul mustache.
Yeah.
And, but then you get the reveal that no, Henry Ducard was just a cover name. Like, he is really Ra's al Ghul. And well, Henry Ducard is actually his name, but Ra's al Ghul is more of a title. But still, that is Ra's al Ghul. And I always thought that was a really cool twist.
Yeah.
It's something you can't do unless you're a fan to a degree. And in between the Chris and John Nolan and David Goyer, honestly, maybe even specifically David Goyer, like they're all really big comic fans. So I thought that was a great kind of twist.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I mean, they pull it off again. It's not as good, but they pull it off again in Rises.
I thought about Rises. They do successfully, for the most part, pull that off in Rises. The problem with that, it's not the twist. It's everything that's around the twist at that point.
Yes. The twist is good.
Yes.
It's just like the bullshit nonsensicalness that is kind of around it is you're just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If it's like, rarely does Nolan ask me to suspend my like, not only my disbelief, but like my senses in general to that extent.
Yeah.
That and Tenet. And I'm gonna tell you guys, I've seen Tenet about 3 times. I still cannot tell you fuck all about it.
One of these days we're gonna have the privilege to sit down with Mr. Nolan and dare I say, ask him about Tenet. And I'm sure he'd be like, oh, it's quite simple. Do you have a chalkboard? So if you look at the quantum mechanics.
He goes to like right on the chalkboard. He's like, actually. And he like gets on the phone and he has like Michael Caine show up and like do it.
And he'll spend 4.5 hours just explaining the basis of Tenet. And I'm like, I still don't understand.
Yeah, I still got nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, maybe if you have Florence Pugh come out,
have her
come out maybe naked, whole time you explain it.
I think I would grasp it then.
Yeah, because it worked with nuclear astrophysics.
I can tell you all about how to make a fucking nuke now. Thanks to Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Rule number 5. This is actually one of my favorite rules because it can easily be remedied, but that is make sure that villains feel loved. And what I mean by that is you have to make sure that the villains or the antagonists in these things are worth a damn. When you mention some of the best villains that you've seen in movies, whether it's your Thanos or your Vader or your Joker, the things that they have in common is that they are compelling and they have appropriate amount of screen time so that you can get to know them and maybe not resonate with them, but you can understand their math and their logic that they use to get to where they're going. In some cases, it may just be something as simple as domination, but why are they doing that? And you understand why. Or is it something like destroying half of the universe because, no one else can bear that burden of sparing humanity. And it can be something as simple as because chaos is the only thing that makes sense. Like, it doesn't just have to be something where you understand what they're getting at or where they're coming from, but just the idea of they are just as well crafted as the hero.
Yeah.
It's the old wrestling adage, man. The babyface is only as good as the heel.
Yeah.
You know, and not to get off into wrestling territory, but for about 5 years, Roman Reigns was the biggest heel in all of professional wrestling. He was huge. And then we got a babyface in Cody Rhodes, who came along. And the chase for the title was some of the most exciting pro wrestling that had been on TV in ages.
Right.
The issue is once Cody got the belt and vanquished the evil Roman Reigns, there was no one else.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like on his way there, he kind of already trampled over everyone.
Yeah.
And then he beat the ultra mega big boss at the top of the tower.
Mm-hmm. And
then now he is that.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's really not much for him to do. I'll be honest. He probably should wrestle less. Mm-hmm. Since we're talking about this.
Yeah.
Kind of maybe more like Roman did. You know, I know you want your babyface champion to be face of the company and like people come to see that guy and you want them to be there. But there's something to be said for maybe us seeing a little bit less of him. Mm-hmm. Not because he's amazing, but just because there's not a ton for him to do.
And it doesn't feel as special.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel as special to see somebody that you know isn't going to be the guy come up and just get their ass handed to them by the good guy.
Yeah.
And then he just kind of shrug it off and go on to the next, fuck off that wants to be, wants to show up. And that ultimately to me is the problem with the way they have booked the company for the last damn near 20 years at this point is it's always so evident that there is the guy, right? Whereas, like, you know, I hate to go back to Attitude Era, but even in the early 2000s, you know, you always had, like, you know, early 2000s, you had a Booker T, a Rey Mysterio, a Edge, a John Cena. All these people could be on top at any given time.
I think you can even go back to, like, just a few years ago, the late 90s, where...
That wasn't just a few years ago anymore.
Well, compared to the era you were just talking about.
Okay, yeah.
Where you have, like, you had Mick Foley, who was champ, then Triple H, who was champ, and then Rock, who was champ, Taker was champ. Like, you know, you look at those, like, from 98 to 99, and, I mean, it was a who's who of champions.
Right.
You know? And they were all, like, you never looked at someone and thought, well, that he's just a paper champion. They all were legit champions, you know?
Whereas now they've established so much that, like, Roman was the guy. Mm-hmm. And they shit all over everybody to build that throne for him. And then so when Cody came and took it, and he's wrecked everyone on the way there, what is there?
Right.
I mean, he could do, you know, he can work AJ every night forever. I'd watch it, but we know AJ's not going to win, so you know.
And you know, it's a shitty way to book, but I do think it, for me anyway, it's more acceptable for the heel to have that than the baby face.
Yeah.
Just because you need something for someone to come along and vanquish. And to that point, I think it was much better that Roman wrestled that lax schedule that he had.
Agreed. Yeah.
You know, because it just, for one thing, like, to his credit, it made it feel more special when he was on TV or when he was wrestling.
Right.
Because, like, who the fuck can beat him? And then, you know, I don't know, it just made it feel like a more special occasion.
Yeah.
And I think it just works more for a bad guy than a good guy to be in that kind of position.
Yeah. Well, all this comes around to say, folks, same concept.
Yeah.
Exactly what we're talking about here, where, you know, had it not been for Heath Ledger's unfortunate demise, he would have been a major part of The Dark Knight Rises if it had even been called that. Right. As a matter of fact, I believe the original kind of treatment for the third film was supposed to feature a Leonardo DiCaprio Riddler and the Joker. And the Joker was going to they were going to kind of position them as like Riddler was going to be the main villain, and then Joker was going to and then they would have turned. So like Joker would have ended up being like, it would have been like the sequel kind of.
Yeah.
And it would have been very interesting to see how that played out, but it also would have been really smart because as we see with Rises, they had to bring two of the heaviest hitters out of the Rogue Gallery.
Yeah.
With both Bane and Talia, and even a cameo by Roz.
Yeah. They also brought out Catwoman.
Yeah, they also brought out Catwoman. They brought Scarecrow back. Yeah. Like, you're looking at all this together. There's even a fucking Killer Croc reference in that movie, which might be my favorite part of the fucking film. But yeah, I mean, they had to stack the deck because they knew that everything was going to pale in comparison to the Joker in the second movie.
Not to get macabre here or anything, but let's say that he filmed all of his scenes, right, but had passed still early in production of the movie as a whole. Do you think maybe they would have changed it so that Harvey lived? Because Aaron Eckhart's Two-Face was incredible.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I feel like
him dying was a very pivotal part of the movie.
Yeah, especially in the setup for 3.
Yeah.
You know? And honestly, the way that one of the incredible things about that whole ordeal is Nolan's Batman, or Nolan's Bruce rather, saw an opportunity to make the right decision for Gotham and took it. And that's not a thing that we really see out of Batman that often in any media, because at the very core of it, his childhood trauma is being played out as this theatrical fucking justice-seeking detective, right? This motherfucker is delusional. Like, he is really good, right? Don't get me wrong. But he's fucking literally batshit insane. Quite literally. And so for him to go, I will give up being Batman and step in and like villainize. Like, I'm going to not just give it up, but I'll sacrifice his legacy.
Yeah.
So that I can actually make a difference for the people of Gotham. That's a crazy cool thing for me. That is incredibly heroic thing for this character to do. So in my opinion, I would keep all of that.
Yeah. You know. Yeah. Because it is like a really compelling ending, right? It's hard for me now to look at the Dark Knight as a movie by itself, because man, that ending, like, because the interesting thing about the Dark Knight trilogy was that each time they made a movie, they never technically planned on making another one.
Right, yeah.
And so imagine if they never made Rises and the ending of the Dark Knight verse is just Batman on the run.
Yeah.
He's now the big bad villain. Don't get me wrong, it's not too different from Batman in his early days when he's often, being vilified and looked at as a goddamn ghoul.
Right.
So, I just thought pretty interesting, something to think about.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about those movies, I do think when they made Dark Knight, though, I think they were like, I mean, that Warner Brothers was already like, let's get that triple.
It was 2008 and it made over $1 billion. There was no way they weren't gonna get a third movie.
And Nolan and Bale and Oldman, all three of them said they made an agreement when the first one did so well, and they said we will not do this unless all three of us are in.
Yeah.
And I think after Rises, all three of them said, we're all out.
Yep.
And so they've never made another one. And I appreciate that shit greatly, especially because it came out that they fucking offered Christian Bale like $50 million to be Batman in the DCEU. And he very wisely told them to fuck off.
Man. He would look tiny next to Cavill.
He really would. He really would. I don't know. He could get back in his Begins. Don't tell Christian Bale that shit, dog. Christian Bale will show up 400 pounds of muscle looking like the Mountain.
Right.
You'd be like, how the fuck?
Looking like absolute Batman.
Yeah. He'd just roll up on stage, pat Henry Cavill on the head. You'd be like, how did he get taller?
Right. What happened here? Oh.
He's like, let's get to work, bitch.
But yeah, homies, the villains do need love. And so, long story short, just make sure that your villains have something to do other than just being an obstacle for the hero to overcome.
Exactly.
Yeah. Give them personalities. Give them something to do. Give them also something worth fighting for, just like your protagonist has something worth fighting for. Number 6. Make sure that you are writing for the characters, not for yourself.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So this one right here is it's not spicy. It's Taco Bell mild. Okay.
Oh, so yeah, it's ketchup.
Watery ketchup.
Yeah.
Yeah. So write for the characters, meaning that whether it's a character that is a legacy character, like any of these books on the shelf who have existed for years, or it's a new IP, new creation, make sure that you are writing for that character primarily, and that you're not just trying to write you as you are, as you exist into said character or into said story.
Right.
And we've said this time and time again, not only is there nothing wrong with having messages in your stories, we actually encourage them because it adds fiber to your story. But make sure that it's not at the behest, or that make sure that you're not sacrificing the characters or the plot in order to do so. And that's really what this one comes down to. You know, you want to make sure that whatever you're writing, it's not going to be detrimental to your characters or to your story, in order for you to insert a piece of yourself that you feel needs to be there.
Yeah, 100% agree. I've said this on the show many times, like, if your art doesn't have some sort of reflection of real life on it, whether that's, just pure influence or inspiration, or whether it's a direct correlation. That rhymed, I didn't mean it to.
I don't believe you.
Some Dr. Seuss shit. But regardless of where on that spectrum it falls, right? It has to have some sort of like entry point for real life, right? Someone has to be able to relate to it in some way, or it's got to have some sort of message or advice, or even if it's just a warning, right? Any of those things, if it doesn't have some little piece of real life in it, then it's typically not good art.
Yeah.
And this is a reason that like a machine can't create art, right? Only a human can create art. Is that it has to be an expression of the human experience.
Right.
And if your art isn't that, then it probably ain't shit. Odds are,
Yeah. No, all great and valid points. It just comes down to making sure that your art is something that is authentic. And at the end of the day, you're trying to tell a story. And if your story isn't good, then that piece of you that you hold so dearly that you want to put into your art doesn't matter. Because no one's going to understand you or your message if your story is whack. So make sure your shit's good.
So I'm going to sidebar the fuck out of us right here.
Oh, boy.
Bear with me here. But I got to give a shout out to my favorite convention, and I would dare say yours too. It's Dragon Con,
Okay,
right?
Yes.
So Dragon Con did a really fucking amazing thing, and I I want to give them all the credit for this, but I don't think that they knew that it was going to spiral to this extent. Well, I won't say spiral because that usually implies bad. More snowball, right? So Dragon Con kicked there was an artist at Dragon Con in the artist alley, and it was discovered 100% they were selling AI slop as art. And so Dragon Con kicked them out. As a matter of fact, they even put a fucking thing on the table that was like, this artist was removed for selling AI.
Damn.
I don't know exactly what the term they used. They didn't say slop, but they should have. Yeah, fuck the clankers. And so this made its rounds on the internet. Well, another guy who was actually a vendor in the artist alley ended up making a video about this and actually named that artist that got removed and a couple of other artists that were selling AI art in general at some various conventions. Well, this video started making the rounds, and the AI, I won't say an artist, the AI vendor, fucking, because there's no such thing as an AI artist, the vendor ended up having their lawyer send a cease and desist to the guy that made the video about it, right?
Really? Okay.
But as it turns out, this person also is a vendor at, I can't remember the name of it, but it's one of Disney's conventions that they run. Like, it's not D23, but it's one of their fan conventions for their shit that they run. Turns out that this guy and another person there that is mentioned in that video that got the cease and desist also are vendors at that shit. So fucking Disney started to look into it. And now Disney has their legal people involved. And they are basically like, if you sell AI art of our fucking characters, like, that is plagiarism, and we are going to come after you. So, like, Dragon Con has inadvertently fucking gotten Disney involved in taking down these fucking clanker peddlers who are selling this horse shit at these conventions.
Good.
So good on them. This is why Dragon Con is my favorite fucking convention.
I'm sure amongst other reasons, but also, yes.
Yes, amongst other reasons. But yes.
Yes.
I just love that it has just exploded because they kicked that one person out last September, and it's just snowballed ever since then. And the homie Kay was telling me all of this today, and we both were incredibly delighted about the suffering of these fucks.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
I digs it. All right. Rule number 7. Don't use a crutch. In the parentheses, I have humor, action, CGI,
incompetence.
Yeah, incompetence.
That's my least favorite. Or any of the other previous rules we've mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah, so all too often in movies in general, but we all know that there was a stage there in the MCU in particular where, because James Gunn did too good of a job in Guardians Volume 1, the consensus seemingly was, well, we should make every movie funny.
Yep.
And as a result, it kind of became a crutch of theirs for a while. It was an interesting time.
Well, it's still a crutch. It's just that the shit typically isn't that funny anymore.
That's true. So you don't want to have just a crutch like that be in anything. It's like, boy, this is going to be a wild example because there's so much wrong with this movie I'm about to mention. But the 2003 Daredevil movie, I believe it was 2003.
Shit.
Yeah. I don't think you've seen that one yet, have you?
I have not. And I'd like to. I've suffered so much. I would like to keep it that way.
Okay, well, I won't add to your suffering. But there are a litany of things that movie. I don't completely shit on this movie because they made that Daredevil movie like they knew they were never going to get another chance.
Right.
And so they were like, well, let's put Elektra in it. Let's put Bullseye in it. Let's put Kingpin in it. Let's put Ben Urich in it. Like, I mean, everyone except for Stick was in that movie because fucking origin story. But there's a moment in this movie, right, where Matt, he's trying to pursue Elektra, and he's doing the whole blind guy shtick that he normally does, and she's not having it. And this early 2000s, so you can still technically harass women and get away with it. So he goes up and he grabs her by the hand and he goes, "Hey, look, I just want to talk to you." And I mean, she responds way too fucking aggressively for the situation, and she says something like, "I don't like being touched," or no, what she said, I forget what she says, but it was a fucking trauma response for sure, the way that the character acted. And then a fucking full-on fight scene breaks out between the two. And then, like, he's not in Daredevil life. He's just Matt Murdock.
Yeah, he's just in his normal shit.
Yeah. And there's a fight that's breaking out in front of, like, a playground. Like, there's children. They're watching and cheering it on. And they're doing fucking backflips and purees on fucking sea salts and balancing.
I'm so glad I haven't seen this goddamn catastrophe.
And, like, they're just going back and forth, and I'll tell you this, Ben Affleck, he actually did play a very convincing blind person, except during the fight scenes, where it's clear this motherfucker is having to look.
Yeah.
But no, I think about that because for the past 20 years I've wondered, why was this fight scene here? Why was this here? It's because, they got a runtime they need to pad out. And why not just have an action scene right here?
They're like The Matrix did it.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Right. When I was a kid, I absolutely loved Reloaded. And I don't hate Reloaded now. I just realized that it didn't have nearly the amount of substance as the first one did, even though it's way longer than the first one. But it has so many fight scenes in it, and I think that's why, like, 14-year-old me fucking loved Reloaded.
Yeah, it's like when I was a kid, I loved Reloaded, and then when they go and talk to the architect at the end, I can remember this clear as day, folks. The first time that I watched Reloaded in the theater, I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. The architect sits there and talks to him, exposits for about 8 minutes.
Just word vomit is what it sounded like.
And I'm looking at Keanu, and Keanu's looking at me, and I don't know what he's talking about, and Keanu don't know what he's talking about. Yeah. And I'm sitting there looking at Neo, just like, dog, do you know what the fuck he's saying? Because I don't know what he's talking about. As I've gotten older, I like that scene a lot more. Yeah. I follow it perfectly now, especially given like the kind of work that I do. But like, also like, things like algorithms and shit are that's just a common part of our vocabulary these days. Where it's like back then you were just like, oh, what now?
What now?
Come again. Now, granted, we were in like middle school when this fucking movie came out.
Yeah.
Now, and yeah, I like the other parts less. Honestly, all the different stuff with the Oracle is my favorite parts of those movies. Even though I love the fights.
Yeah.
And I do think though that the final fight in Revolutions with him and Smith is still one of the best fights in cinema. And I also think that's as close as we're ever going to get to a Dragon Ball Z fight in live action. At least for a while.
Have you ever played the game, I think it was called Neo Enter the Matrix?
No, you're thinking about Path of Neo.
Path of Neo, that's
Path of Neo was fucking amazing.
It was good.
But you're talking about the Megasmith at the end? Yeah, so did you know that the Wachowskis were actually involved in that?
Yeah, I think they tell you at the end of that game.
Yeah, the Wachowskis were actually involved in it because they were like, well, the way that this ends really wouldn't be that rewarding or whatever. Because like the fight is awesome in the game. That whole game was awesome. I need to see if I can like find an emulator for that shit. I bet it wouldn't hold up, but I loved that game at the time.
Yeah.
And like the Wachowskis were like, fuck it, let's just do this. And like all the different Smiths like combine into like a kaiju Smith. Yeah. And then don't the machines like help make Kaiju Neo also or whatever, and then you fight him as.
I think I remember there's a portion of that fight where you're flying towards the giant Kaiju Smith.
Yeah,
and I think they're throwing Smiths at you.
Yeah,
you have to dodge them.
Yeah.
Oh man,
it all made sense at the time, folks.
It did. It was a simpler time back then.
But yeah, I Reloaded is like such an example of what we were just talking about with like the random fight scene, because there's that scene where him and the Oracle are on the bench.
Yep.
And the Oracle's like, she's telling him all about this stuff, and it's like, all right, well, we've been sitting here for a while, and then a fight just breaks out.
Yeah, and again, when I was a kid, I remember I had Reloaded on DVD. A DVD was like a spherical device.
Yeah, you used to have this little thing, and you pop it open.
Yep.
And then you would put the sphere, the movie,
right?
the movie. Well, no, it's not a sphere. It's not a sphere.
It's a flat disc.
A flat disc.
Flat circular disc.
Yeah.
And you would
put it in there. There'd be a little thing in the middle, and that would make a satisfying little as you put it in Yeah. And then this is very important. Now you would close the lid, because we weren't supposed to know what happens inside here.
Yeah, you can't see what happens. It's magic.
And then you press the power button, right? And then this one film would beam to your TV.
Yes.
Just one.
And the magic of it is you can pause, you can rewind, or even fast forward.
Yeah.
Anytime you want. Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Sometimes there even be little extra DVD extras.
Absolutely.
On there.
Yeah. You get behind the scenes footage and all that.
Yeah.
No, I had Matrix Reloaded DVD, and whenever I would invite friends over who haven't seen the movie, I would just skip all the bullshit and go straight to that fight scene.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you gotta check this shit out. Like, look, there's a Smith, and there's another one, and there's another one. And there's like 100 Smiths, and then Neo's gonna beat all their asses.
I think for me, the first Matrix is a classic,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
Reloaded is it's a different film, right? It's a sequel, but like it's way more of a machinima / just a live action anime, right?
Yeah.
And then I don't know what the fuck Revolutions is.
Yeah, I was waiting for your explanation on Revelation.
All right, is it Revelation? Revolutions.
Revolutions.
Yeah, Revolutions. Yeah. I'll be honest, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea what to tell you on that. It's got some great performances.
It does. Yeah.
And it's got a cool ass fight scene at the end.
And then they never made another Matrix movie.
Yep, they sure didn't. No, that's not true. They made the Animatrix.
Animatrix.
Yeah. Animatrix is dope as hell.
It was. Yeah. Oh. But yeah, the whole idea of rule number 7 is don't lean too heavily on any crutch, whether it be humor or action or whatever.
Man, I just gotta say real quick, from like 2000 to 2010, Hugo Weaving was fucking slaying it.
Brother, he was in 2 high-end trilogies that people still talk about, The Matrix and Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean?
V for Vendetta.
Yeah, V for Vendetta. I mean, even
fucking Captain America.
Yeah, he was Red Skull. You know, he was
slaying it, bro.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Even though he's not in a lot of V for Vendetta. We didn't know that at the time.
Yeah, at the time we didn't know.
We didn't know. It's all him.
Yeah. Not only is it not his voice half the time, it's not even him in the suit.
I think it's almost never him in the suit.
Almost never.
But it's his voice most of the time.
I think, maybe it's most of the time, but I know they already had some recordings.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, shout out to Hugo Weaving. All right, here we go. Number 8, leave your comfort zone. This one is interesting because when this one was made, it was made for the perspective of both homie and consumer. Or I should say the consumer and the creator. Yeah. So whether you're just consuming or like as a fan, whether it be a comic book, movie, TV show, video game, whatever, and you have your certain type of thing, try to venture out of that every once in a while and just to see something else, to experience something else. You might like it, you know?
We talked a lot at the very beginning of this episode about Expedition 33. Mm-hmm. If you never played a game about a French apocalypse, now's your time.
Yep.
And also, if that is your genre, I would like to know what other games.
Yeah, if you've been waiting all your life for a French apocalypse video game based on weird fucking shit, then I got to see what else is in your Steam library.
Yeah, what got you into that?
Yeah.
Like, if that is your niche.
Yeah.
But I mean, I waited fucking 20-something years for Baldur's Gate 3. I didn't think it was ever going to happen. And the state that BioWare has been in, I was like, when it does finally happen, I'm probably going to hate it.
Yeah.
I couldn't have been more wrong.
I still haven't played Veilguard, and I don't think I ever will.
I can't even bring myself to play Inquisition, so I feel you.
Yeah. And I got Veilguard for free.
Yeah. I bought it for $1.99, and I don't think I got $2 out of it.
Yeah, so, the whole idea of leaving your comfort zone is just to give yourself the opportunity to experience something new and to also to help yourself grow.
He wrote this shit directly pointing at the homie Oz.
I probably had a conversation with Oz and came home and just like...
yeah. And pretty much every time we've gotten him to leave his comfort zone, it has paid off. Because I think Fallout, Mass Effect, Witcher, yeah. Outer Worlds, I finally got him to play that. And even Baldur's Gate 3, was a thing for him.
I'm surprised you got him to play Expedition 33 as easily as you did.
I think the thing about Expedition 33 is everyone was talking about it. Mm-hmm. And the music in it is so good. And then also just the fact of like the nostalgia hit of all those like really great classic games. Mm-hmm. Now, if I can only get some of you motherfuckers to play Xenogears, my life will be complete, and I could just, I've infected everybody with the Cosmere basically to various extents. So but I mean, I've been really into, I just started watching the Mighty Nine and doing the Critical Role stuff, and while I've been playing D&D most of my life, I've never been like a big fan of any of the like let's play type stuff. Like I've never enjoyed watching other people play video games on YouTube.
Yeah.
I've never enjoyed watching anybody play D&D, and I really don't love the actual Critical Role stuff, but I really am into like Vox Machina and Mighty Nine.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy those worlds, and it's been very rewarding, digging into that stuff. Arcane was another example of that. I fucking hate League of Legends, right? Oh, yeah. It's terrible.
I never got into it.
But Arcane is a great show. Incredible show. Amazing soundtrack, great characters, great animation, incredible story. Glad I gave it a shot. I've been talking about Lazarus Project for a while. Really glad that I gave that a shot because it checks off so many of these boxes that we've been talking about tonight. The whole first episode, they keep telling you about this villain, this big bad villain. And then they literally spend episodes 2 and 3 giving you his backstory. And by the time they're done with it, you're like, okay, well, I'm officially with this dude now. And y'all can fuck off. Yeah. And I hope he kills you all.
Oh, that's great.
Because I'm like, I would be pissed as fuck too. Yeah. Like if I went through this same shit, I probably would be way angrier actually than this guy is. But it's a British TV show, right. So they can only get so upset.
Right? Yeah. They have a limit. Yeah. But then there's the idea of leaving your comfort zone as a creator. So if you're someone out there who is making something, you always have to think like of just not sticking within your comfort zone. Now, sometimes you should. Sometimes you should definitely stay in your comfort zone if you're a creator. For example, Andy Muschietti should probably stick with horror because he's really good at that.
Yes.
He is really, really good at that.
Is he doing any of Welcome to Derry?
Yep. He's I think he's the showrunner. He directly directed the episode 1.
Are Stephen King's properties like spread out, or does like one studio have a majority of them?
I feel like they'd have to be spread out, but I don't know.
Because I feel like, is it Warner Bros? Who makes it? Who makes
Yeah, it's HBO. Yeah, Warner Brothers. Yeah, Warner Brothers.
Yeah, Warner Brothers Discovery.
Yeah,
Whatever it's going to be called next. Warner Brothers Discovery, Target, Walmart.
Yeah, Skydance.
Skydance. Electric Boogaloo. But yeah, I mean, they should get any of his properties that they have, and I think they should just let him kind of make the King verse.
That would be great.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, like, no spoilers necessarily for Welcome to Derry, but like, I love that there's interconnectivity between like other of Stephen King's properties within that show. Like, they reference, sending someone to Shawshank. I was, oh yeah, that was a fucking Stephen King book, huh?
Yeah.
They reference a character, more than reference a character. You see a character who is also in The Shining, in Welcome to Derry, and that was also pretty awesome. So I mean, yeah, there's a lot of good things going on there. I need him to stay busy with the next 2 seasons of Welcome to Derry, and not focus on Batman, Brave and Bold.
So that maybe they can put someone else on that.
Yeah, they can put someone else in charge of that. For those of you who don't know, Andy Muschietti directed the Flash movie. And, so there's an exception to every rule, and Andy Muschietti is the exception to leaving your comfort zone.
Typically, when people and I'm not trying to single out a specific genre. I'm not a big fan of horror, but I don't like disrespect it. I do respect it. I just also respect my time, and I know I typically just don't get anything out of those unless it's very like psychological, kind of, or if it's got like a really good kind of angle to it, However, with like the horror genre, I feel like people who come from the horror genre kind of should stay in that lane. James Wan. Like,
yep.
Like, fuck all the way back off to wherever you came from. Andy Muschietti is another one that's in that same vein,
Yeah, I don't know what you do with Eli Roth, because I don't want him to do anything else or stay in horror.
Yeah, I mean, you saw where M. Night tried to make a superhero movie.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh,
he was really bad at it.
Well, sometimes though, you have a winner.
Yeah.
When you try these things. I mentioned James Mangold earlier, or I mentioned the movie Logan earlier, I should say, which was directed by James Mangold.
Yep.
James Mangold has been quoted saying that he doesn't like superhero movies. And he went on and made one of the best ones.
Yeah.
Which is really incredible. But here's the thing. He himself, I know him mostly for like creating almost these more modern Western movies. Like he did the 3:10 to Yuma remake that came out in 2006. I thought that was really incredible. Yeah. I mean, he's got like a very unique list of movies like in his early catalog. And you look at Logan and it very much feels like a Western, which is so suitable because Wolverine has always felt like a cowboy, Yeah. So I think that for James Mangold to sort of leave his comfort zone to make this superhero movie was kind of one of the best things that he's done at this point.
I mean, honestly, it's the same way in Ford v Ferrari,
Yeah.
They are kind of the cowboys of the industry, they were doing that same thing. It's really the same thing with A Complete Unknown. Bob Dylan was doing his own shit, and the people in the music industry and the press and everybody would come out and say, oh, you have to do this, 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 and this, and he went fuck him and did whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
Very much kind of the same thing. And then The Greatest Showman, he just wanted to work with Hugh Jackman again.
Yeah, that's right. He had a really good time.
I always forget that he directed that shit because it's so out of left field.
Yeah, it's so out of left field, right? That may be an even better example.
Hugh Jackman was like, look, man, I need you to do me a solid.
Yeah.
Like, you owe me at this point. And he was just like, fuck, okay.
All right, man. Shit.
I know you don't like musicals, but that's a great one.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one. I don't think you'd like it as much as like Sinners, but I think you'd like it more than like the standard musical fare. It helps that like Hugh Jackman,
Yeah.
It's like, well, Hugh Jackman.
I also like how you tried to sneak Sinners into like the being a musical.
It is a musical.
It is not a musical. It has a musical number in it.
Okay, listen, everybody here. Okay, I want you to, if you're watching right now, I want you to chime in and tell me that the genre for Sinners is not antebellum vampire musical. Okay, it doesn't have a musical in it. It has multiple songs in it in which the central characters in the film perform said songs, and they are a key part of the plot. The vampires show up and they fucking do a river dance while they sing about what's about to happen. If that's not about the most musical shit I've ever heard.
Here's the difference though. They could be doing fucking anything out there and it would still be the same movie.
They could, but they're not. This is actually exactly what we're talking about here, the step out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
You really like this musical, and you just have to...
It's not a musical.
It is a musical.
If I would have watched Sinners right now and then watched The Greatest Showman, I'm going to be like, these are like the same damn thing.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily, but the fact that they made this a musical in... Like, it had... If you don't want to say it's a musical, right? Mm-hmm. It definitely takes heavy elements from a musical, more than a typical film does, especially in the horror genre. So this really is, you're really stepping, like Ryan Coogler was stepping out of his comfort zone to make this film.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not strictly a horror movie either. Like, music is such a huge part of the film.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is a blend of genre, for sure.
Because, I mean, you've seen a lot of vampire movies.
Oh, yeah.
In how many of the vampire movies do the vampires fucking get out there and have a highly choreographed dance number where they sing about coming inside and eating all the people?
That's because not very many people can make that scary.
That's true. I agree. And it was fucking horrifying in this movie. But the vampires have actually two more singing and dancing numbers earlier in the film. And they were kind of creepy too at the time.
Yeah.
Didn't quite know why.
Yeah, I mean, I'll leave that out the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's just no getting around it. Like, it's still creepy.
Yeah. It would have been really hilarious if, at the very end of the movie, which, spoilers, when he's killing all the racists and shit, if he just sort of like busted into like a song and dance as he killed them.
Right.
Like every couple words he just, bah!
All right. Rule number 9. Now, rule number 9 sounds similar to number 7, but once I start describing it, there is a very distinct difference between rules number 7 and 9. Rule number 7 was don't use any crutches. Rule number 9 is avoid formulaic tropes. So, what does this mean? Well, we all know that there are certain formulas that are used in movies. Hell, we technically mentioned one, the trope of the explosion with the hero walking slowly, not looking back.
Yes.
There's the trope of there's always the straight person and the comic relief sidekick.
Yeah.
There's countless tropes. Now, I'm not saying that you have to never use any of these tried and true tropes, but if you can, try to do something original.
And if you do use these, you've got to do something on top of it, right?
Yeah.
You either have to do an incredible version of it, like Damn Near Perfect, or you have to put an interesting spin or twist on it to make it your own. Because you can't avoid all of them. You just wouldn't be able to make a movie.
Yeah, because like Hollywood is stories are just extremely old, too old for you to avoid tropes of any kind.
Yeah.
So it's like you said, it's about, and I guess like the rule does say avoid formulaic tropes.
Yeah.
Like the paint by numbers tropes. Just the idea of, imagine watching a sitcom and you are 2 minutes into the sitcom, you can already tell which character is what kind of character.
Right.
Like those type of tropes exist, and I think we're at a point now where we can start layering these tropes to make them more interesting. Because what these tropes typically do is that they trap characters into being one-dimensional. And so if you can find a way to avoid these type of tropes, then it opens up the window for these characters to be way more three-dimensional. So, yeah, trying to think of another very classic trope that is done a lot.
The one that's done a lot today, and like this is James Gunn's fault, is the needle drop fight scene. Right?
Oh yeah,
and it's not to say there's not some amazing ones. Like
Kingsman.
Kingsman is one of the best ones ever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the one in Superman is quite good.
Oh yeah.
But that shit doesn't need to be in every film.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, one of the reasons why Guardians 3 is so incredible and 2 isn't is 3 is kind of the anti-trope, right? Mm-hmm. Where everybody just expected the third film to be kind of like what the second movie was, where it's like, oh, ha 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 ha, needle drop, cool moment, and then rinse and repeat that shit until their credits roll. And it is not that.
I feel like we've spoken to several people between the two of us who were expecting Guardians 2 Part 2
yeah.
and instead got what we got.
Pet Cemetery Part
2. Oh, shit. So, yeah, just avoid the typical formulaic tropes. There's the shit that we've seen over and over again that keep characters one-dimensional. Spice it up. Not saying get rid of tropes because that's impossible, but make them something unique and keep these characters open so that they can be something more.
The spontaneous villain face turn at the end for no reason.
Oh my gosh.
Ben Solo.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Fucking Harry Osborn in Spider-Man 3.
Yes. The they're not really dead trope.
The they're not really dead trope. God damn. Yeah.
So many times.
Mm-hmm.
That one's used. And that's not saying like, oh, you can't, have a character disappear or whatever and then they didn't really die. But it's like, you have to make that shit really worth it and really mean something. Yeah. Otherwise, the fake death means nothing. And then the return, and by that measure, the return can't mean anything either.
Right.
Like Winter Soldier is such a great use of that. But for every one of those, mm-hmm. there's 100 of, Palpatine returns somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? Like that, we need to put like a timetable because what year was Palpatine killed? Like, canonically speaking, was it 83?
Oh, I'm going to be honest with you, man. My brain immediately was like, oh, well, yeah, that would have been about 5 BBY.
Shit.
Or ABY. Yeah.
But of course.
Yeah. Yeah, but you meant like. Yeah, so like 1983.
And he returned in.
What? 20. Is that 2019?
I want to say 19, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it caused the pandemic, yeah. Yeah.
I think in universe, it's like, I think it's only like 20 to 25 years.
Yeah. Is that it?
It might be 30-ish. But I want to say...
How old was Luke when...
Well, so there's a time jump between Empire and Return of the Jedi, and then there's a nice time gap there of like I think it's 20 years for Force Awakens, if I'm not mistaken, from the end of Return of the Jedi.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, Palpatine returning is definitely one of the tropiest tropes. The trope of we ain't see nobody, so that motherfucker ain't dead.
Yeah. Also, you have to remember Luke lived on Tatooine, and that shit ages you like at 10 times the speed.
Why do people live there?
Because like Ewan McGregor looked fine, and then like 10 years later, this motherfucker looked 70.
God damn. Shit. Gotta get the fuck off this planet. All right. And then, of course, superhero homie rule number 10.
You've been waiting 2 hours for it.
Love what you love.
That's right. Despite these previous 9 rules, despite us sitting here preaching to you and telling you what the fuck you should like, you shouldn't listen to any of that. If you love it, then you fucking love it. If you want to go home and play a My Little Pony MMO, by all means, you should do that if it brings you joy. Just don't try to argue with us about why it is objectively awesome.
That part. People love the first half of that rule, and then they conveniently ignore the back half of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like if your favorite movies are the Fast and Furious franchise, Star Wars sequel trilogy, X-Men Origins, fucking Dark Phoenix,
New Mutants.
New Mutants. If these are, your tried and true favorite movies, superhero movies, or any kind of movies of all time, then go you.
If Simon Kinberg is your favorite director, if you love AEW, then by all means, I want you to love it.
Oh, boy.
I want you to have that joy.
Absolutely. I want you to have the opportunity to experience and to have something that you know and love and hold dear. If you can't get enough of Joker 2 for Leah Duh, then I might still have to fight you.
Yeah.
That might be where I draw the line with this rule.
Yeah, there's only so much we can take here. I've never met anybody that... honestly, other than us, I've never even met anybody that fucking watched that movie. Wait, did Brendan watch it? The homie Brendan watched it?
I feel like he did.
Yeah, I've never met anybody else that watched it.
That's true. I know like one other person who watched it.
I'm trying to think if there's like anybody in my life that's like an acquaintance that just mysteriously disappeared around that time. Like maybe they watched it and they just had enough.
Yeah. I mean,
all it takes is one bad day.
That's right. And my bad day was spent watching this movie.
Just imagine like you had just the worst fucking day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you just like woke up, you had a brand new bag of your favorite cereal, but your milk was spoiled. And then you like go to work, just had the most stressful day ever at work. You go home, try to take a shower and kind of relax a little bit. Your fucking hot water heater's busted. You gotta buy a new hot water heater. And you're like, motherfucker, this has been like the worst day, but oh my God, thankfully I bought these tickets in advance to go watch the new Joker movie.
Yes.
And then you like plop down in the theater, and then like 2.5 hours later, which feels like 10 hours, you're just like, well.
Yeah. I've been on this earth a good long while.
Yeah.
I think I've done all there is to do here now.
Yeah, I was here for a good time, not a long time. Yeah. And this has only been a long time.
Yeah, this has just been a long time. Oh, no. But yeah, homies, love what you love. Just don't think that thing that you love is exempt from criticism. So, again, where rule number 10 is just you don't need anyone's permission to enjoy anything, even if it's something that the rest of the world seems to dislike. If you enjoy it, then by all means, don't let anyone take that joy from you. But also, by all means, don't try to persuade anyone that that thing you love is good.
Right, yeah.
That's all. Everyone has guilty pleasures. Everyone has something that they like that maybe the rest of the world considers bad. Okay?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I mentioned the 2003 Daredevil movie. That's not one of them for me, but I'm sure it is for somebody.
Ragnarok is one of the best examples of this. I know people to this day that if you ask them their favorite Marvel movie, they would say Ragnarok.
Yep.
And I'm like, that's cool, bro. I want you to have that and enjoy it.
Yeah.
But if you ask me what I think about the movie, I am going to tell you why it is objectively dog shit.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you.
I'm going to dissect it and tell you all about why it's trash. And if at the end of that you still love it, I want you to love it.
Yes.
I want you to have that.
We're not trying to take that from anyone.
No, absolutely not. I am a huge fan of fucking Batman Forever. I realize it's not a good film. Like,
I like the soundtrack.
I can sit here. The soundtrack was dope as fuck. I can sit here all night and tell you all the things that are terrible about that film. The fact that they realized that fucking Robin doesn't have a fight scene. So they just had a bunch of random fucking glowing gang members come out and fight him in the middle of the film. The fact that Batman definitely would have had the Batmobile fucking child locked, password protected, so this motherfucker couldn't just randomly go out on the town with it. Like, there's so many fucking problems with that movie. The fact that both of the villains are just vile caricatures. Like, that Harvey Dent acts exactly like Jim Carrey's Riddler. And why he got that shit all over his face. They made his face look horrible. Like, not in the way it's supposed to look horrible.
Yeah.
There's a tremendous litany of problems with that shit. The entire plot with the Joker is incredibly nonsensical. Chase Meridian has no business being in the film at all. They just wanted to get Nicole Kidman on set.
It's true.
Like, there are so many issues with that film, but I still love it. But I also can admit that it's not a good movie. I just tend to enjoy it.
There ain't a damn thing wrong with that. I mean, shit, I got several.
Yeah, the homie Oz likes Cool World.
I'm not going to put that on him. As much as I want to. As much as he might deserve it.
Well, all right, fine. The homie Brendan really loves the 84?
Yeah, I think so. The 80s.
That fucking 80s Transformers toy commercial.
Yeah. It is some talk. I only remember one scene from that movie, and you know it.
Yeah, I know exactly what it is. I see it in my nightmares all the time. I think it broke my psyche. I'm still not sure what happened.
Right.
It's the only thing I remember for that movie. That and Hot Rodimus Prime.
Right. Rodimus Prime. Yeah, not to keep this inside joke, but yeah, we're referring to the scene in that 80s cartoon Transformers movie when a Transformer's riding a motorcycle, he gets blasted out for the motorcycle becomes a humanoid Transformer, and the one that got blasted out becomes a motorcycle, and then the previous motorcycle jumps on the new motorcycle, and they keep riding. That shit broke us.
We just full sin. Everyone in the room stops the movie because no one in the like. First off, I was honestly about 20 minutes into this thing. I'm like, this rock opera bullshit is going to end at some point, and the actual movie is going to start. That never happens. When we get to this scene, everyone stops the shit. And we cannot continue. And we're like, we got to run that shit back. We watched that shit probably 40 times.
Because, homies, when that shit first happened, and by the way, we were sober and we were still like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, this wasn't like at the homie Kevin's wedding where I'm pretty sure I took out like a third of the bottle of 1800. Which, congratulations to the
homie Kevin and his brand new missus.
That's right. You guys are amazing. Amazing wedding. We're sitting here talking about your favorite thing, telling nerds why their stuff's not good.
That's right. Kevin, you will love this.
That's right. Again. The sequel.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, homies, that is the homie commandments. And just really quick one more time. Number 1 is hold true to the integrity of the characters. Number 2 is if you adapt a comic story, hold true to that story. Number 3 is the tone should match the plot. Number 4 is be sure that you don't abuse the rule of cool and subverting expectations. Number 5, the villains need love too. Make sure they're well written. Rule number 6, write for the characters, not just for yourself. Number 7, Don't use a crutch, such as action or humor or incompetence. Number 8, leave your comfort zone. Experience something new. Try to write something new. Number 9, avoid formulaic tropes.
I'm going to let Junior do this last one.
Oh, shit. And superhero homie rule number 10, love what you love.
He's been prepping for this all year.
He has been. Good job, Junior. Like, at that moment, like, one of his fingers falls off. God damn it.
Oh, motherfucker. We're not putting any more vodka in there.
Homies, those are your 10 homie commandments. And now that you guys know those, I guarantee you will have a much more difficult time looking at something without slightly criticizing it.
Yes.
For better or for worse.
Yeah, it is impossible.
It is so impossible. Well, homies, while we're here next week, we have another ranking episode that I am really looking forward to. This may be possibly one of our most controversial episodes that we've done because there's no way to make everyone happy with this.
Nope. There may not be a way to make anyone happy.
Yeah, I think you might be right. We will be ranking superheroes that have been played by multiple actors. So, Superman actors, Batman, Spider-Man, and we decided on a few more, actually.
Lex Luthor.
Yep, Lex Luthor. And
J. Jonah Jameson, wait. We should do the Alfreds.
Ooh, yeah, we can do the Alfreds. What about the Gordons?
Yeah, we're going to have to look up who the worst one is. I don't even know that guy's name.
Yeah, like, I know his face.
Yeah, we got to do the Gordons.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who else has been played by a lot of...
Ooh.
We got to throw the voice actors in there, I think.
Oh, man, that's going to make it so much more difficult.
It is. Yeah, that's why we should do it. Because then we could probably do the Lanterns. We could do the Constantines.
Oh, my gosh.
There's only 2.
There's only 2.
Sorry, Keanu.
Yeah. No hard feelings.
We could do the Flash. Do the Flashes.
I mean, again, like that's about like that's even easier than doing the Keanu's.
Yeah, but at least there's multiple Flashes if you include the animated.
That's true.
Because if you do the animated Flash, you got Rosenbaum.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Rosenbaum could win 2 fucking categories. I don't know though, man. I would have a hard time with
Lex.
with him and Holt. And I told him that to his face.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I told you about when I met him and all that.
I remember you telling me like, didn't y'all talk shit about Tom?
Yeah, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I definitely did not have a lengthy conversation with Michael Rosenbaum about how Tom Welling was a shitty co-host.
Okay, yeah.
That's a figment of your imagination.
I made that up.
You did.
I love how you know which Tom I was talking about.
Yeah. I mean, what other Tom would there be?
That's true. There are no other famous Toms. Oh shit! But yeah, homies, that will be next week's episode. I'm really looking forward to this one. It's gonna be as fun as it is challenging, but that's gonna be all for this one. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Hopefully you guys have learned a little bit more about the homie commandments. So next time you come to homie church, you can pay your homie tithes and your homie prayers and your homie vitamins and all that good shit. But that's gonna be all for this one. Unless you have anything else, Caleb.
No, the week after that, we're going to go see the Broadway production of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and we'll be reviewing that for you guys.
Yeah, I can't wait for the homie Caleb and whoever else he has on for that
one. I don't know why that just popped into my head, but here
it shouldn't
we are.
have.
Yeah, but here we are. But yeah, folks, unfortunately, we're probably going to be reviewing The Witcher, and I guarantee you I'd much rather be doing what I just said. And so would he. He doesn't know it. He would be so... Okay, so he doesn't know shit about Harry Potter other than from the video game, right? Mm-hmm. So going to watch Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, you would be the most lost motherfucker in the history of ever. This would be like... It would be like you trying to go from watching like Captain America 1 to watching Doomsday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. You'd be confused as fuck.
Yeah, no, that would fuck me all the way up.
Yeah, all the way up. So yeah, but we're gonna do The Witcher at some point in there, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah, that's one of those things that I introduced as a joke, and then it became real.
Yeah, you can't joke about shit.
I can't. Yeah.
But until next time, homies. It's been for real. I hope you enjoyed the commandments.
Hopefully you guys did. But we'll see you guys again very soon. But until next time, my name is Superhero Homie Q.
And I'm Superhero Homie Caleb.